Life is like a canoe. Very early on in the process, you'll be asking yourself the question, why am I here? And that's actually a really valuable question to ask. If you emphasize it differently, it will tell you different aspects about your purpose. Why am I here in this canoe of life? When it feels like I'm dipping my paddle in and it makes no difference, that I don't have any direction or purpose. Why am I here asks my motivations. Am I doing life the way that I want to do it, or because of what other people would say about me? Am I afraid of the future? Am I too afraid of the barriers that are going to come in front of me that I won't even get into the boat and move? Am I really living? Why am I here? You may ask this question when things get difficult, when you find yourself in the whitewater rapids of life. You find yourself in turmoil and surrounded by wind and waves, and you ask yourself, why am I here? Sometimes the answer is all too obvious. A few strokes of your paddle have propelled you into this situation. You have no one to blame but yourself. But all too often, when you ask the question, why am I here? There's no answer. You ask for an answer outside of yourself, but nobody is talking back. Maybe the waters have just propelled you into this situation. You didn't really know where you were going, and yet you find yourself here in a storm. Why am I here? Well, we can tend to turn to look to others to find our answer. God gives us another answer to why you're here. He says, don't look at what people around you are doing. Don't focus on the fact that it seems like the neighbor, the person next to you is driving on the highway while you're stuck in a canoe in the middle of the waves. You don't know their life. Focus on what God put inside of you. If you shift the question, why am I here, to emphasize, why am I here, you begin to find your answer. Why is it me placed in this situation? Why couldn't it be somebody else in this family, in this business venture, in this community, in this stressful situation? Why couldn't somebody else take on the responsibility that I am receiving? Why am I here? And God responds that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. That what He has built inside of you has prepared you, yes, specifically you, for a purpose in this situation. It couldn't be somebody else because they don't have your background. They don't have your strength. They don't have your perspective. And it's not just you in your little canoe paddling. If you would turn your head, you would see your instructor. Some might even call him your master. He is putting in his paddle right next to you, guiding your boat. And yes, sometimes you fight against that purpose and that plan, and you end up in difficult situations, but he never leaves you there alone. Why am I here? The third way that you can say this question is, why am I here? Why not somewhere else? But the question why, if you look it up in the dictionary, will give you another definition. You could say why, asking for an answer outside of yourself, or you can say for what purpose. Why means for what purpose. So start asking yourself that question. For what purpose am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Who around me needs my help? If you would just look up from your own difficulties, you'd see that those who look like they have the easy path, they're struggling just like you. They need help just like you. They need that person that's in your boat, Jesus, who is right next to you, just like you do. And you might be in the very position to reach out a hand and to help them up. Why are you here?